Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Yahweh and Yahshua Speak television show. We are here in Evanston, Illinois, coming off the great Layil part of Yahweh's Sabbath, his weekly holy convocation, into the Yowm part of it. We are here in this month of February 2020, where it is Black History Month. Let's rewind that. Let's rewind 4 years ago, before our Raw Makai went and laid down for the marvelous resurrection.
Yes.
The Ruach HaKodesh quickened him. He said, no, let's call it like it is. Black is just a color. That's a concept of some man's mind. That's not a nationality. Ruach said, call it as it is.
Right.
It's Ibryi. We are Hebrews History Month. We are the people of the Bible. This is our history book. Right. You know, every other nationality have their history book. This is the Hebrews, the chosen that Yah has given to be Musa, to instruct us to go teach all the other goees around the earth. What an honor and privilege to stand here before where our Raw Makai and our Raw Shalom has stood many times bringing the thunder, y'all. Now we received it. We have received it now. You know, the Ruach had them bringing it. Now we're going to bring it to the earth. Yahweh. So, as we say, the title of this lesson is Yisrael, knowing our heritage makes us a peculiar people.
That's right.
That's what it is. All following what is written for us, that's what sets us apart. Make us that strange looking nationality that people can't figure out what it is, but they know there's something about it. But us, the Yisrael that's awakened, we must follow it to the letter. That's what, as the Ruach had quickened me this week, the pattern of Shemaim, which man gets, and they make a guidebook. You know, they have a manual, as Raw Makai would say. You follow that manual to the T, because I learned this week, if you don't, it's going to have problems. Right. And that manual came from the pattern with Yahweh, and his pattern is in his book here, our history book. Right. We must follow it from Bereshith to Gala, you know, Genesis to Revelation. Yes. And that's what we are doing. It was always present. Now it's time to bring it to this present time. What an honor. Praise. All praise to our Yahweh. In his great Shem Yahshua. Amen.
Amen.
So, you know, like I say, you know, being a particular am, there's clothing we're supposed to wear, sport, and then there's doings of his offerings we're supposed to do. You know, so people can know that we are different. You know, so let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 22. Deuteronomy chapter 22. Deuteronomy chapter 22, and let's read verse 5. Praises be to our Yahweh.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh thy Elohim.
Hallelujah. Yisrael, this is what makes us that particular am. This is what we got to follow the pattern, which, you know, and Musa instructions. The Iyshshah shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a Adam. Neither shall Adam put on a Iyshshah's garment. For all that do this are sukkoots unto Yahweh thy Elohim. You look around today, you can't tell the difference. You can't tell the women from the men until you get upon it. The hairstyle, the clothing, from behind, you can't tell Adam or Kawa. And this is what's instructed to Yisrael to do. You know, to be set apart to be that peculiar am. We are knowing our heritage. This is our part of our heritage. It sets us apart. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. As y'all want the Ruach HaKodesh, everyone get some clarification on this. You know, like I saw a tape just this morning on Raw Shalom as she was saying how, you know, Israel went for that philosophy and possibility and of the Romans and the Greeks took on things and of them and just infused it into a lie which was up from, you know, not what Yahshua said. Yeah. This First Corinthians, he was talking to the Corinthians. They would know, our sisters knew, but this for all, everybody. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 5.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one as if she was shaven. Praise the man. But every Iyshshah that Palah or Nebuah with her head uncovered dishonors her head, for that is even all Akah as if she was shaven. Yeah, that's what, as he gave to the Ibryi, we know the cover, that's a crown. And your crown, your head is a crown, but he crowned with the glory of a crown, which is your head cover, because they got it up in Shemayim. Right. So they were talking to the Corinthians, and his Ibryi women already knew this. Right. They was coming in the train. So yeah, your head, and all naturally without your neck bound, it's a crown. You know, but this is where he put his crown of glory on your head, because he symbolizing the physical here. This is our crown of glory, which they wear in crowns in Shemayim. So that's, of course, see, dishonor, because you're supposed to be, you know, our heritage, and all that comes into it, supposed to inherit our inheritance. You know, what Yah told us to wear. Everyone else got to do it. Right. You want to become, got to become spiritual Israel. This is for everybody. Yep. Praise the mighty Yah. Yep. Let's go to Ezekiel, chapter 20, chapter 23. Ezekiel chapter 23. Ezekiel chapter 23. And let's read verse Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 42. Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 42. And a voice of a multitude being at ease was with her, and with the men of the common sort were brought, Sabians from the wilderness, which put bracelets upon their hands and beautiful crowns upon their heads. Praise the mighty Yah. And a voice of multitude being at ease was with her, and with the Ha'adam of the common sort, with the Sabian from the wilderness, which put bracelets upon their hand and beautiful crowns on their head. Let you know, see, that's Yah's kabod. This is our earthly crown, and they were decked out. You know, they had it's the pattern of Yah wants you to have. You know, as some Roman Christian doctrine from way back talking about the woman can't wear makeup, this, that, no jewelry for this, men, and that's a lie. Yah telling you right here, Yisrael, this is our heritage. And let you know that we had crowns upon our head. We always, this is our symbolic physical crown to the Shemayim thing. That we always had our head covered, man, woman, and Sakah. This is our head. Yisrael knowing our head makes us a particular am. Right. This is Hebrew History Month, so let's do this. Let's bring the thunder to the world and represent. This is a command. This is command. It is written or spoken, whatever it is. It's command from Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. It's time. Yah said, the devil ain't playing. Yah is saying it is time out for playing, being Israel. Want to look the part with the garment on it. Live the part of this book. It's okay to have good things and stuff, but that ain't making you holy, nor getting nothing done, no words done. You all into yourself. You ain't edifying Yah. You want to be the look of a man.
want them to brother be at, oh, yes, I loved it. My head, before I knew it, I was there with Raw McCann, Sister Norman, and they started garming up. I started coming. I was telling people, woo, I love, they be wearing that. I love my hair. I said, one day, I'm going to get it, and this day has come. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Love it. Love it. This is our heritage, boy. The Hamites and the Arabics has preserved our thing. It's not exactly as it was there, but we come as close as we can. Praises be to the mighty Yah. Let's wrap this in.
Yes.
Time. How they gonna know you different? You dressing just like the European. You calling yourself Yisrael. The European and the misery. You shaving your head, that ought not to be. He ain't say that's for shaming, just as they said. And we read in 1 Corinthians 11:5. It's as if that woman bald head. That's shame.
Yeah.
She's not having her head covered. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Let's go. Leviticus chapter 23. This is our heritage. Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23. This is our heritage. This ain't no, we do it in the season, but this is our heritage to be telling of our heritage. It makes us particular am. And when people be talking about that, the Rock would say, Halal days, we supposed to be telling them about Yah's holy days.
Right.
What it is. They go to talk about it with as our Raw Shalom was saying, lady came into the office where she worked, all gleaming, because the Christ man's coming. And then, we got to let them know. Hey, if opportunity comes, we not about that. Our day is that.
Right.
That bubble, a Yah bust their bubble.
Yeah.
Him something to think about. The devil has deceived the whole world, but not us anymore. We have been awakened.
No more.
Praise the mighty Yah. Leviticus chapter 23, let's read verses 1 to 7.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 2, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
Praise the mighty Yah. Yah bust the error. This ain't Moshe. Let's see who's saying this. And Yahweh, unto, what you not know about unto, Moshe, among to the high band of Yisrael, this is our heritage. This would make it a peculiar am. It's not the other ethnic group, it's Yisrael. And among to them, concerning the high Moeds of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be Kadesh, convocation. Even these are Yahweh's Moeds. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Continue.
Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Praise the mighty Yah. This is like say, this is the weekly holy convocation. It's the first one. You don't keep this one. You ain't keeping the rest. Because they come, in the season once a year. You're not keeping half of the, out of a month, at least twice a month to get you in the groove.
Yeah.
You ain't going to keep the year. Then you're going to make an excuse while you're working on it. He survives you. 6 Yom shall work be done. But the Sabbath Yom is the Sabbath of Shalom.
Yeah.
And holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings. Some of the years where I want to make an excuse, we in the land of captivity. You have read this book. We was always in captivity. And they kept it. Once they lost it, then once they found it, one of the brothers found it and brought it to the America, they had a big old celebration. Another one, they kept it. They were so happy to find out our heritage that was lost to them, like we are so fat. Our heritage lost to it. We ride upon the cloud with joy.
Yes. Yeah.
Continue.
Verse 4, These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocation, which ye shall proclaim in their season.
Hallelujah. These are the Moeds of Yahweh, even Kadesh Conference, which you shall proclaim in their season.
Yep.
In his season. It ain't no communion every Sunday. Sunday ain't the seventh day anyway. So that's it right there. So that's a lie. The House of Time, the puppet master got him deceived, you know. But hey, you got to start somewhere. You're waking them up. So you're going to pull from all go age. Continue.
Verse 5, in the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
That's when you're taking communion.
Right.
In his season.
Yep.
You know, in his season. In the 14th Yowm, the first month at evening too, brothers. Evening. You can't pick and say you're going to have it in the daytime because you don't want to drive at the nighttime. You're breaking the Torah. You're breaking the law. You got to repent from that. That, you know, as Brother said, you die now to art, you're going to be judged by that to art. Continue.
Verse 6, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread.
Yes, like till my eyes was open, till Rosh Hashanah last year had open eyes that, you know, you read this until it's time, you know, y'all get the revelation knowledge and open to see. I read it in the year 7 Yoms, y'all. Let's see. And on the 15th Yom of the same month is the keg of unleavened lechem. And unto Yahweh, 7 Yom, you must, it's Shabbat, eat unleavened lechem. Like Ron Shalom say, even if it's just a piece, you know, that bread, you do that. You got it, he said you must. That's command.
Right.
Continue.
Verse 7, in the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
That's it. This is how we knowing you are on our heritage. Being particular in. I remember the job I'm at now, the first time, you know, once it was the season to come, I give them a month ahead to copy, you know, what days I'm on. Yeah. You know, they looked at it. They ain't never heard, seen a brother come up, the Ibryi brother, come up there, want some days off. They had their days off, Christ man, New Year's, all that, right? So this was strange, unusual doctrine, you know, to them. So they said, I don't know if you're gonna be counted as unexcusable absent. I said, look, I'm not looking to get no unexcusable. I'm letting you know, these days I cannot work. That's it. That's the thunder. Standing on it, and y'all do the rest. In the second year came, they just said, just show me the days that you need, you know, the exact days you are. Praise the mighty Yah. Stand for Yahweh. And he stand for you. Got you.
Thank you, Father.
Let's skip down to verses 9 to 11.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 9. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Yisrael, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Verse 11, and he shall wave the sheaf before Yahweh to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Shabbat, the priest shall wave it.
Hallelujah. Pro-Yisrael and the Roman Christian doctrine believers that Yeshua just came in and knew, this is him. And you know, like I said, the old, the shadow of the things to come into the, Kadosh Baruch. That's all it is.
Right.
It's a shadow for saying what's to come. That's all it is. It compares the physical to the spiritual. Right. This is, y'all call y'all Torah believing brothers. Y'all lost. As Roman Catholics, the Torah, the whole book. It's an instructional book from Bereshit to God. That's it. This is a command. This is what we do. This is Yahshua. So if you don't keep it there, you very on a thin line between going to the lake of fire. But you can repent. Right? You got nephenis in your Gibeah. Praise the mighty Yah. Skip down to verses 23 to 28. This is our heritage, y'all.
Yes, it is.
This is it. This is our heritage that we can show the world what's up.
Right. Leviticus 23 and verse 23.
Yeah, 23 verse 28.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation.
Woo, y'all. Check. And Yahweh man to Moshe a man to the high band of Yisrael, a man in the 7th month, in the first Yowm of the month, you shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of shofar, Kadesh Kamet.
Right.
This is other than once you get saved and made no one with Yahweh, this is the most important thing in our life. This shofar is life and death now and for eternity. You must know this. Israel, this is our heritage. As we go through this Hebrew History Month, which is be soon, that is about this shofar. It's life and death. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Continue.
Verse 25, ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. Verse 26, and Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 27, also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Also, on the 10th Yom of this 7th month, there shall be a Yom of Kippur. It shall be a Kadesh congregation unto you, and you shall afflict your nephews and offering made by fire unto Yahweh. Like this word afflict, it has many meanings. You got to put it in the right content of the sentence. Yeah. Some brothers talking about humble. No, you got to humble to afflict yourself. This means affliction in this verse is talking about going without food, afflicting that body. That body used to eating and drinking. It's like, starving that Ibryi for one day. That's all he had. If you want to go more, it's instances in here, the brothers did it. Oh, but he was acting us one day. Right. Like that Yahshua said about some demons, they only come out by prayer and fasting. So it's incidents you can go more, but this is his holy yearly convocation. All he had is one day. Continue.
Verse 28, and ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Yahweh your Elohim.
That's right. To clean you up. Stand in and clean you up in things. That Leviticus 23 skip down to verses 33 to 44.
Leviticus 23, verse 33. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 34, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh. Verse 35. On the 1st day shall be an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
And this ain't no beginning of no new year for some other ethnic group. Y'all say Abib when you came out of misery. That's the first. That's when y'all's month start. Cause ain't no new year with y'all. Right. It's just the month of starting of y'all. Yes. That's cause like that our big brother the wise out down that evidence Shalom said there's nothing new under the sun. Right. Continue.
Verse 37, these are the feasts of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Yes, that's what we do. It's be a feast day. We having burnt offerings and all that, and giving hollering praise to our Yahweh. Right. Continue.
Verse 38, besides the Shabbats of Yahweh, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto Yahweh. Verse 39, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a Shabbat, and on the 8th day shall be a Shabbat.
Hallelujah. Israel, this I have. This is meaningful. He gave you principles that you allegorically, for you can get it. You know, for you can understand the spiritual, because it's the gathering of the earth. You got to get it now. You can compare the physical to the spiritual. This is all it is, Israel. This is our heritage. What a marvelous heritage we had. It was lost to us because of disobedience from our ancestors. But he had brought us back one by one. That they know to be back that Kohen and Kohen, priesthood and all that, which we are. We are doing it. Continue.
Verse 40, and ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly tree, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim 7 days.
Yeah, like saying, this say you should take unto you the first Yowm, the boughs of Shapha tree, branches, palm tree, and boughs of thick tree, and willows of the brook, and you shall shemak before Yahweh your Elohim 7 Yowm. Yeah, as I wrote, Mikhail was giving a testimony about him and his family member. They was doing things, and the other ethnic groups, see, they know how to do it. They read it, but they have people thinking it's them, and they had it like this. I sing through and they have it like that, but they thinking they trying to have a world they are in. But now it's us. That's why we got to represent. We may not get these things, but in our temple, we make a makeshift to the pattern. And we honor, and then we, like you say, these things are for us, like Ross Stormer had in the lesson last night, that you ought to tell it, talk about it, where amongst yourself, amongst your children, family, wherever you go. That's all of our great heritage once you come to know. The world want to tell you they blogging and sports, this, I got these clothes, this, that. Tell them I have the greatest I have that I have in everybody. Yahweh and our heritage. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
Verse 41, and ye shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh 7 days in a year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42, ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths. Verse 43, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Mizraim. I am Yahweh your Elohim. Verse 44, and Moshe declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Yahweh.
Hallelujah. That's what we are declaring to our family in this era. What is, the days of Abba Yahweh, because they don't know. And that's what Israel, we know in our hands, we got to represent. In garb, definitely on the street, like you say, be little boys. They see us, Asama Maleka. See, they think we black Muslim. And then it'd be an honor to let them know, young man, I'm not a Muslim, but I'm Hebrew Israelite, and you are too. Praise the mighty Yah. This is, like I say, the thunder. Y'all say, bring the thunder. Like you say, as Ross Shlomo say, from the myths and philosophy thing we got from the Roman and Greek, where they talking about pray to the east. That is not so. Yah has got his pattern standard. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 9. 1 Kings chapter 9. 1 Kings chapter 9. This is our heritage, Israel. We got to represent it. The pattern that's in Shemaim is the same here. He said, let his will be done on earth as in Shemaim. We got to be awakening. It's a process time. And once you get there, you can't ignore it. If you do, You ain't of Yahweh. That's just bottom line. You're your daddy, the God of this world, the Elohim of this world, the devil.
Right.
He come, like I say, as Ross Norman started her Ibryi month. He using Big Mama to punk us out, y'all. Trying to punk down these men, make them punks. Devil got them scared. Y'all didn't give us the ruach of fear.
No.
He gave it to be bold and confidence in Him. We representing our Abba. Death do us part. So help us Yahweh. First King chapter 9 and 3. This is what Abba Yahweh said.
1 Kings chapter 9 and verse 3. And Yahweh said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever, and my eyes and my heart shall be there perpetually.
Hallelujah. And Yahweh amah unto Shlomo, I have shamar thy tefillah and thy supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this buyer. Once it's hallowed, that's where it's at.
Right.
Like this, y'all make sure that this is hallowed, the hallowed ground here, and all many other temples around the area, which he had put his shem upon, which thou hast built to put my shem there forever, he said. My eyes, my mind shall be there perpetually, always, always. Let's go, chapter 8 in 1 Kings. Chapter 8 in 1 Kings. And let's read verses 28 to 29. Praise the mighty Yah. Because praying to the east, you may not be in the geographic area may not be facing the east. That's why he said pray toward this place.
Right.
You may not, we just have in Chicago, happen to be there, but it's not that for everyone.
No.
So that's that old mythology, philosophy, all that stuff from the Roman Greeks, and all them other religious people that's on face the east. That's up to the devil.
Right.
Got the big mama syndrome going on. But we bringing y'all's thunder. It's fire, baby. That's what it is. That fire we rocking is thunder. It's power. You see what fire and thunder do on this air? That's Yah. Power. First King, chapter 8, verses 28 to 29, read.
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 28. Yet have thou respect unto the prayer of thy servant, and to his supplication, O Yahweh my Elohim, to hearken unto the cry and to the prayer which thy servant prayed before thee today. Verse 29. That my eyes may be open toward this house night and day.
Praise the mighty Yah. As some brothers talking about that can't do things at night. What is that? First of all, he said, yet have thou respect unto thy tefillah of thy Abba, to his supplication, O Yahweh my Elohim, to hearken unto the cry unto ha tefillah which thy Abba palar before thee too young, that thy eyes may be open toward this buyer. He said this crib. Yeah. He ain't say east. His crib.
There you go.
Layil and Yowm. Well, somebody say can't do nothing Layil. He said Layil and Yowm.
Right.
Continue.
Verse 29, that thy eyes may be open toward this house night and day, even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there, that thou mayest hearken unto the prayer which thy servant shall make toward this place.
Toward this place.
Say it,
he ain't say east.
Did not.
He say this place.
Yeah.
Which is Jerusalem. That way. Like as we have our tefillah, we turn toward that place. Yes, Jerusalem.
Right.
We ain't standing up, hey, as you know better, you're supposed to do better.
Right.
God said, bring y'all's truth. Once you know it, you bring it. Bring the thunder. Who cares what people don't like? That's on them.
Right.
We're doing our will. His will has become like our big brother Yahshua. He come. I do not my will. I do the will that my Father has sent me to do. And that's what we're doing. It's time. The devil just rolling around like that lion, like we are the lion, but you know how tough a lion is. He running around. But he a little wimpy wimp to us. Because we got the Ruach HaKodesh, baby. To say that punk run when we put our foot on the floor. Him and his imps. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Numbers chapter 12. Numbers chapter 12. Numbers chapter 12. Numbers chapter 12. And let's read verses 1 to 10.
Numbers chapter 12 and verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moshe because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. Verse 2. And they said, hath Yahweh indeed spoken only by Moshe? Hath he not spoken also by us? And Yahweh heard it.
Praise to mighty Yah. Here you pro-Israel. This is our heritage right here. That makes us a particular hand. But y'all that went and infused that Roman Greek doctrine which y'all dumb self once y'all gave you to come back to knowing who you are. This is it. And Miriam and Aaron against Moshe because of the Ethiopian woman. None but Israel, black people, like we'll find excuse to get big up something to somebody. Just using the other one to get what they were really mad about out. And Miriam and Aaron against Moshe because of the Ethiopian Iyshshah whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian Iyshshah. And they among have Yahweh indeed among only by Moshe? You know, got they, the black funky attitude. Have Yahweh not among us about us? Us. You hear us? And Yahweh Shemadi. She was a prophetess. She was teaching. Don't get it twisted. That young woman teaching. If that was the case, Yah would have been had that night. He'd have put that in the commandment. Thou woman, you shall not teach. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
Verse 3. Now the man Moshe was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Verse 4. And Yahweh spake suddenly unto Moshe, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out.
Whoa, this is Yah busted. This should get your dumb brain as Messenger Daniel they would say that sixth sense to think. Look who Yahweh calling out. And Yahweh most certainly unto Moshe, unto Aaron, and to Miriam. Come out, you three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And the three came out. He calling them out in front of the whole nation. So they seeing this. He make an example. Continue.
Verse 5. And Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth.
Hallelujah. And Yahweh came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle. He stood right there. And called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came out. If she wasn't a prophetess, Israel, why he calling her out? Because she dissed her his main man, Moshe. Continue.
Verse 6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. Verse 7. My servant Moshe is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. Verse 8. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moshe?
Praise the mighty. I said, Moshe with our mom, mouth to mouth, as your daddy wants to be to us. This is his mouth to mouth with the dark. Even apparently, and in not dark amount, he ain't doing no parables and all that. So I do them straight up.
Yeah.
You know, where he ain't out to really thing. The similitude of Yahweh shall he behold. He's similitude, likeness about Yahweh. And he said, he shall be on. Wherefore, then were you not afraid to among against my abbot Moshe? Checking. Continue.
Verse 9. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed.
That's how you do. When it's done, you don't got to go. He said, don't go back and forth when it's written. You just say what you cut it off, and then it's done. Continue.
Verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aharon looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Here it is, Eric, that you all, want to give, today y'all give, like you say, whoever rule, they give names to things. You want leprous to be a disease. Here's Abba Yahweh speaking. This is his definition of leprous, because these were black folk.
Right.
And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. White as snow, not no big boys and all that. Yeah, we Yahweh heal them, but that ain't God's definition. He just told you, became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was a leprous. That was something like he told Moses, put your hand in when he first got attention and sent him to misery. You put your hand in your bosom and put it out. He put it out. He up a dark ray. He saw he was leprous. That was the curse of Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Numbers chapter 34. Numbers chapter 34. Numbers chapter 34. And let's read verse 1. Hallelujah. Okay, that's it. And one, let's see, 1 verses 1 to 2. That'll be good for now.
Numbers chapter 34 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, verse 2, command the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, with the coast thereof.
Hallelujah. And Yahweh among to Moshe, among, Sabbath, he said, Sabbath, the high band of your love, and among to them, when you come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof. Yep. This is the knowing our heritage, y'all. Right. We're gonna go back there. That's ours over there in a minute, as that other active group in the world thinking they have returned. And then I can only ask them and I'm reading y'all Musa instructional book where it's written that the child will play with this snake, that the lion ain't gonna eat us no more. We ain't gonna eat grass. I don't see that. There's still some wild beasts that attack you. Put your hand to a snake, he gonna bite you, because he a snake, like his daddy devil. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, 68. This is what sets us apart. This is our, knowing your heritage. This was setting you apart, that who was the chosen. You must fit a description that Abba Yahweh is describing in his book. Yes, sir. To be the people. No one around the area but the one that went around on that slave ship. Right. They didn't come on the cruise line ship, and took freedom into the world. They were taken into captivity. Deuteronomy chapter 28. This is part of our heritage, Israel, knowing our heritage. This is what caused us. See, this was being disobedient to Abba Yahweh. That's why the world is turned upside down with Israel, but Yahshua always had it right side up. Once you come to get it, they know him. Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. This is it, Yisrael. The world, so-called black man that sleep, this is it. That other ethnic group, they didn't come on this. Continue.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Mizraim again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Hallelujah. And Yahweh shall bring you into Mizraim again with ships. We was in captivity when the Egyptians, black on black crime, black on black crime, as they say today. Most people don't know it. They're teaching you not to open up the book in the middle. That's why history is such a riddle to you. You know, you don't know who you are. You think you're African American, some man gave title to that thinking that's gonna be nice for us. A so-called black man I heard did it. And we fell into it. That ain't no nationality. That's a continent over there. You know, like I witnessed on a talk show many years ago, a black woman tried to say, I'm from Africa. That European said, where? In Africa. She couldn't answer.
Yes, right.
Cut her down because she know.
Right.
And Yahweh shall bring thee into misery again with ships, by the way wherefore I admonish to thee. Thou shalt see it no more. Meaning we was finna come out of our land. Finna come out of the land. But our people being disobedient. Just like today. Even the one Israel that's away, still want to be disobedient. Want to think they can twist this around and they do what they want, not Yah's way, and it ain't happening. Wherefore I admonish to thee, thou shalt see it no more. Again there ye shall be sold into your enemies for slaves, and no man shall buy you back. Like we was redeeming us before they had mercy, we being enslaved so many years. And he told our ancestors how cruel they were going to treat us. They like, skip that, we your children, you ain't finna do that. And then like in Yahshua's time, they like, hey, let Yahshua's blood be on our children. Why not on yourself?
Right.
You know, they ain't thinking like say it's in the big picture. Yeah. You know, they were dead, but our ancestors suffered because it was pronounced on us. White man didn't put us in slavery. Our ancestors did. Disobedient. Right. It's our heritage. You got to know it. Where you came from so you know where you're going. And he told us how cruel we were. No, in our slavery over there wasn't getting treated like he told us here. As our God's normal, her Hebrew History Month, it's revealing it. You know, all what it is. You know, what condition is still today. That Willie Lynch letter is still relevant today. Because they don't know who they are. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Revelations. No, Psalms chapter 16. Psalms chapter 16. Psalms chapter 16. Psalms chapter 16. Yeah, Psalm chapter 16, let's read verse 6.
Psalms chapter 16 and verse 6. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage.
Yes, that's what we have. It's a fat, though, heritage, you know. It's a fat heritage. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful, like you say. The lines are falling onto me in a pleasant place. Yeah, I have some fat heritage. We have the best heritage there is of mankind. Now we is chosen. He's our personal Elohim. He's the Elohim for everyone that come to be spiritual, Israel. But we are personal Elohim. And Israel, and then like most sleep in Israel and some awake in Israel are so proud that we were king and queen. So sad. You know the truth? It's so sad. We gave the Malik of Malik, the Adon of Adon up for a man. As Rod Mackay would say, just to be invited to the White House. You know, rub shoulders with some people. That's what it's there today. People browsing out. who they know this, and that. That's great that people got they said that. That's worldly faith. It's gonna fade away.
Right.
You need some solid.
Right.
Now the solid person you need to know, Yahshua and our daddy in Yahweh. That's the best people you can know. Because they're gonna take care of everything in your life. Everything. He said, you know, he like that the word is all is well. All is well. Everything in life. Your health, your finance, your family, friends, any situation that come up and occur to us. It's our heritage. It's our promise. It's yea and yea. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Let's go to Numbers. Numbers chapter 10. Numbers chapter 10. Numbers chapter 10. And let's read verse 8. This is our heritage.
Yeah. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 8. And the sons of Aharon, the priest, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be for you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations.
Hallelujah. And the high bonds of Aaron and high Kohen shall blow with the high shofar, and they shall be unto you for an ordinance. That's a command, ordinance. This is things that be done as an ordinance forever throughout your generation. Like Rod Stone say, you should, you know, it's you blessed to have one at your crib, but you most definitely supposed to have one in the temple, because this is our heritage. And then like I say, that once you be saved, that the next, the most important thing in our kind, you know, is the shofar, is life and death. Because you say you're going to walk out what you need to do on this book. But this is it. You got to know the sound of the shofar now. And it's eternity. This is the eternal thing. Let's go to Revelation. Revelations chapter 1. Revelations chapter 1. God just trying to get something to you. And that is life now and life eternity. That's what he's trying to get to. Revelation chapter 1. Let's read verses 5 to 6.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 5. And from Yahshua Mashiach, who is the faithful witness and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood. Verse 6. And hath made us kings and priests unto Elohim and his Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Hallelujah. This is our heritage. And from Yahshua Mashiach, who is high eminent witness and the first begotten of the high move. He the witness. Up in somebody came here to witness to us about this greatness I had. First begotten of the high move and the high seed of the high knowledge of the high era. Unto Yahshua that have us and washed us from our hata'ah, that we was enemies against our Yahweh. Where there's no remission of there's no remission. If there's no shed blood shed, said there's no remission of hata'ah in his own dam. And have made us Malach and Kohen unto Elohim and his Abba. To him, to Yahweh be the kabod and dominion forever and ever. Amen. And now also you know Israel say, we ain't up the Levitical priesthood. He's just letting you know right there. You Kohen. This is our heritage. We embrace it. You know, we embrace it. We gonna do this. Now that we know who we are and who we belong to, and once our power on there, what we work we have done, once you got submerged in that mind, you will listen to the army of Yahweh. Whether you know it or not. But he gonna use it, he gonna use it and bring you up. Only way out, you fire yourself, but this job is this lifetime and eternal work. Benefits are beautiful, eternally. You have to fire yourself down. You see, because he ain't gonna use you if you keep being slothful. He ain't gonna use you. He gonna, like he say, he gonna bless whoever's next. That's it. Israel, this is our heritage. Let's embrace it. Let's do this with the thunder. Revelation chapter 5. Revelations chapter 5. Revelation chapter 5, let's read verses 8 to 10.
Revelation chapter 5, verse 8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. Verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to Elohim by thy blood out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation.
Hallelujah. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every of them harp and golden vial full of odors, of which are the tefillahs of the Kadeshim. And they sung a new song, Amar, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seal thereof, for thou wast slain and hast been parted us, and to Elohim by the high dam out of every kindred and tongue and every am and goe. This is our heritage, y'all, and it's promised to and he said every tongue, part of those who become spiritual Israel. Right. This is our part of our heritage. We come into the fold of them, though. Yes. Got to come into his fold and come there. And for every, now you pro-Israel, what it say? Every kindred, tongue, and am, and every goe that come to be spiritual Israel. Right. They've been adopted, so now they become the sons of Abraham. And the promises to them too. So our heritage, though, Israel, we are the first fruit after Yahshua. Praise the mighty Yah. Psalms 98. Psalms 98. Psalms 98. Psalms 98. And let's read verse 6. Praise the mighty Yah. This is important here. This is Shabbat. Yeah. And I know in our heritage. Must know it.
Psalms 98 and verse 6. With trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before Yahweh.